call it Hunter x Hunter. I call it a 390-chapter dissertation on how trauma is a business model, and we're all paying tuition. Togashi looked at Shonen and said, "What if power levels were actually psychological damage?" Then disappeared for 4 years to let us marinate in it. Let's start with the Hunter exam, a licensing system so brutal it kills children on camera, and the survivors get the privilege of becoming debt slaves to the same organization that tested them. Illua murdered a guy at age 6, got tortured by his family as curriculum, and we're supposed to applaud when he makes a friend. That's not character development. That's a hostage situation with better animation. Zoldyck family runs a murder-for-hire empire out of a mountain resort, complete with butlers and branding, and society just accepts this. Silva literally tells his son, "Kill your friends if it profits us," and the fanbase calls it complex parenting. No. That's generational trauma with a marketing budget. And the Phantom Troop, oh, the precious Phantom Troop. Massacre an entire clan? Check. Steal eyes from children? Check. Frollo writes haikus about the void while his followers tattoo themselves into a suicide pact, and the fandom calls them morally gray. They're not gray, they're a cult with a body count that would make the world government blush. And Hisoka's entire personality is, what if a clown was also a war criminal with a boner for violence? But we forgive it because he has good taste in guns. York No City arc is just 50 chapters of watching capitalism eat itself. The mafia, the auction houses, the body collectors, all of it lubricated by nen contracts that literally bind your soul to death. Gashi drew a stock market crash where the currency is human organs, and we called it peak storytelling. And we get to Chimera Ant, where the villain is a species trying to survive after humans irradiated their home, and the hero is a child soldier so broken he ages himself to death to win. Aram spends his entire arc learning that empathy exists, then dies from poison because humans couldn't negotiate with something stronger than them. That's not tragedy, that's foreign policy. Taro, the good chairman, straps a nuke to his heart as a retirement plan, sacrifices millions of civilians as acceptable losses, and his final words are literally, "I win because I'm human and you're not." That's xenophobia with a martial arts budget. Gon doesn't save the day, he becomes the monster he hunted, loses his nen, his body, and his innocence, and the story just moves on. No therapy arc, no recovery montage, just, well, guess that's the cost of being the protagonist. Reed Island is a video game where people die for real, designed by Gon's dad as a scavenger hunt to test if his abandoned son is worth meeting. Jing Freaks is the most wanted deadbeat in fiction. He ghosted his child, built a death trap amusement park, and the narrative treats him like a quirky genius instead of a narcissist with nen abilities. Gon spends years chasing a man who left a tape recorder and a joystick as parenting. And when they finally meet, Jing hits him with, "I wanted to see if you could find me," like that's a valid excuse for emotional abandonment. Hunter Association is just a guild of absentee fathers enabling each other. Netero, Jing, Silva, even Kite is a weaponized trauma response given human form. And the Dark Continent, Togashi's magnum opus of what-if colonialism but with monsters. The V5 powers send expedition after expedition to a land they know will kill them, not for knowledge, but for resources they can monetize. Succession War is 40 chapters of royal children murdering each other for a throne that rules nothing, while the real power brokers sit in shadow governments making bets on the body count. Hiropika, the last of his clan, spends his arc chasing eyes in jars instead of dismantling the system that jars them. Lirio becomes a doctor but still punches his way through problems. Killua drags his sister computer around like a coping mechanism. Nobody heals, nobody wins. Hunter licenses just permission to participate in exploitation with better paperwork. Togashi built a world where friendship is the only cure for systemic violence, and where the author himself keeps leaving because the story is too heavy to carry. Hunter x Hunter isn't about adventure. It's about how every system of power, from families to governments to guilds, reproduces itself through the bodies of kids who think they're choosing their path.